for today's video, we got a special one discussing and giving out the top 5 of deep house music in 2024. For number 5, this is the best DJ mix that I've heard for the year 2024. What they did in 2024 is unspoken for. So for number 2, this is purely music related with our number 1. Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of It's About Deep with the one and only, the deepest. Welcome back, everyone. Hope everyone's good. Hope everyone's having a good week. We're back again with another episode. And this one is a special one, 2025, expect a lot of music to be dropped within the next month, and a lot of reactions to be dropped, and a lot of conversations to be had with artists and producers. A lot's going to happen for Let's Go Deep podcast in 2025, and I hope you guys are tuned in and that you subscribe and you look forward to it. For today's video, we got a special one. As you know, they're always special, but this one is going back to the year of 2024, and we're going to be discussing and giving out the top 5 of deep house music in 2024. Disclaimer, okay? First of all, this is our top 5 as Let's Go Deep podcast. Please, in the comments, share your own top 5 opinions of who did the best for you, which producer produced so much hits, which producers would you categorize that will be in your top 5 for 2024. And second disclaimer is, in this top 5, we're not solely focusing on just producers alone, but we're focusing on a lot of aspects. It's not just producers, but it could be mixtapes, DJ sets. It could be record labels. It could be anything that just is involved within the house music space. And that's our pure focus for today. That's the main focus of this top 5 that we're going to be giving up. So, first disclaimer, as we mentioned. Second disclaimer, as we mentioned. Let's go ahead and discuss this. I think this is going to be part 1, if not just the whole video. So, for number 5, I have a mixtape that I came across back in October last year. A mixtape by Leighton, Moody, back to back with Cassiem, Latief, part of First Thursday's groovy deep house set on Lemq's channel. Sorry if I butchered the name, but yeah. That's the first top 5. Number 5. That's our number 5. Leighton, Moody back to back with Cassiem, Latief. When I tell you about this mix, this is the second best deep house mix in the year of 2024 that I have encountered, and I will give it a solid 10. No, a solid 8.5 out of 10. Everything about this mix, everything about this set is amazing. Starting off with the visuals. The visuals you get there is just a calming vibe. Simple camera showing the DJs, and that's it. But the lighting, the setup, the visuals, that it just depicts what is going to be played with throughout the whole entire track, throughout the whole entire set. Because going from there into the track list, it's, first of all, it is a 2 hour and I think 37 or rounding up to 57 minutes DJ set. So we can just round it off to, it's a 3-hour DJ set. And within 3 hours of deep house music, you have to be good with the way you structured the whole vibe. You structured your playlist and your track list. And these guys did it best. Because starting from the beginning right until the end, it was just the journey that they took us through, and it was filled with so much amazing flow, amazing ambience that you felt from the set itself. It was just vibrant. It was a pure depiction of what deep house is and the music of deep house, and I loved every bit of it because it was just calming. It was very, very, very superb to watch and listen to. It took you on their journey. They took you on their journey of transitioning from one aspect to another. And what I love the most, most of the tracks there are of a high BPM, but majority of the time they tuned it into manner of it's a low BPM, and then you hear the different side of a track when you drop it to a specific BPM. It's just an amazing mix. I'll categorize it as number 5 for Let's Go Deep podcast. And me as a deepest, top 5. Number 5, we'll put Leighton, Moody, and Cassiem, Latief. That has to be the second best deep house set that we have witnessed and have listened to in the space of 2024. It took me on a journey, carried me through many aspects. It was just beautiful. The track list there is above the word amazing. You don't even know whether you're still listening to house music that is produced in South Africa alone or house music that is produced internationally. You know, you hear a track, you'll be like, nah, this doesn't sound like a track from South Africa. And then you listen further and you Shazam, you're like, damn, this track, I know this track, but why don't I know it in this manner? That's how good this DJ set is. Check it out, please. It's not only just a review, it's not only just the top 5, but it's a recommendation. And then going to number 4. Number 4 is another DJ set that we have spoke about and we made a video about. This DJ set is by TimAdeep, live at the Loft. And I've shared so much opinions about that DJ set that I made an exclusive video about it. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Check it out on Let's Go Deep podcast, YouTube channel. You'll find it there. But this is the best DJ mix that I've heard for the year 2024. And even on the video, I said this is the best DJ mix that I've heard in my life. The second best DJ mix that I've heard in my life. Because everything about that set, I've solely described it, but I'm going to say it again. The transitioning. How can you transition from an SA Deep House going towards from SA Deep House and going towards melodic house music? And what T-Man did there is far beyond the words of amazing. He carried the emotions, he carried the vibe, he carried every aspect of the set. Visuals are a straight 10 out of a 10. I didn't know the production team in that mix did such a good work, such amazing work. The visuals were just clean, depicting both DJ and the crowd, and from a top angle view, a top viewpoint. It's just amazing. It's far from the words amazing. It was clean. It was every aspect that is just beautiful. I will take that mix and I'll listen to it again and again. And every time when I listen to it, the ambience that carrying me from that mix is just far from amazing. What TimAdeep did in that mixtape, that DJ said, I don't understand how he did it. And I repeat again, it was flipping amazing. Transitioning, hearing the exclusive taste of music that was there, and to see how much of an impact TimAdeep is to the house music spectrum, where his sound is just evolving and evolving. Because you'll hear his track there, that's not released, but you hear that's TimAdeep, the person who is playing there. That's him. That's his production, showing you how much of a beautiful producer he is. I respect every bit of it. But that mix, that DJ set, rank it as number 1 within DJ mix sets. And I'll rank it as number 4 within the top 5 because it was beautiful. It was beyond every word. It was just beautiful. That I would say with passion. That I would say with passion. And then rounding it off, number 3, Groove On Records. See, Groove On Records, you guys don't understand. I told you this top 5 will be a different formality than just speaking about producers solely. But Groove On Records, what they did in 2024 is unspoken for. Many of the greatest hits and albums that came out from house music producers, the year of 2024 solely is represented by Groove on Records. And I have to commend Groove on Records for that because it produced so many albums. Deep Essentialists were there. Luke Music, Pat K. LaPat, Soul Touch Deep, Remash, many more. Like the year of 2024 solely goes to Groove on Records in terms of producing so many producers who are pushing as much as they are pushing within the house music spectrum. Many of the reviews that I did myself personally are from artists that released their music and their albums from Groove on Records. And we have to commend them. There's a lot of stuff that were dropped. There was a lot of music that was dropped for under Groove on Records. And to just see a record label or platform that is just ensuring that the music of house music is it's just being pushed solely and consistently because they do it on a consistent base. Groove on Records release a lot of music from producers that are well known and not well known, and they're all on the same mark. For example, if you want a good summary of Groove on Records, go check out Class of 2024. Maybe I want to do 5 things we learned from there because we're doing things different. But go check out Class of 2024 mixed by XTC that was released now in January, if I'm not mistaken. And you'll have a clear depiction of what Groove on Records was in the year of 2024. Track recommendations that I'll give for you: listen to Khafer by Deep Essentialist, um, Nerdic Touch. Oh, I butchered his name. There's this track number 2 by Nerdic Touch. I butchered his name. Track number 2. And just the entire album itself. But Groove on Records did a lot for the house music genre in the year of 2024. And it is it has they have to be go they have to go with a lot of comments and oh god that they just have to be given their flowers. They have to be given their flowers. And shout out to XNC because it's been putting Bruce on and they've been doing so much within the house music that we have to give applaud to Groove on Records and appreciate what they've done in the year of 2024. Many of the music, many of your favorite artists and producers that came into the house music spectrum and that are there, all that music is delivered from Groove on Records. So we have to commend them for that because the music, they are a symbolization, a symbol of what house music is. And they continue proving us that house music is alive on every aspect. So massive shout out to Groove on Records. All right. Number 2. So for number 2, we're going to producers now. And the first producer that I would like to put in number 2 for our top 5 is C Blak. Hear me out. C Blak. This is purely music related. Why so? I know maybe some will be like, but C Blak didn't drop a lot of projects last year, which didn't. There was a few tracks here and there, singles, but and an album. Those are the only two. Like album is the only one that we notify and we saw of. But the reason I will say C Blak is number 2 and really music related is when I go back to the album that he released last year, the previous year before, 2023, and comparing Homeboy to Dumelo, it's just different. It's just a different taste. The improvement is an educational term that we use when learners, you know, move from just receiving the basic mark that they've received and then they go higher. But in this instant, I'll use the term evolving. Because on Dumelo C Blak sound evolved purely, purely on emotions. It was an emotionally rich album that you will never be full of. You'll go back and listen to it when you're happy, when you're sad, when you're up, when you're down. You just continue listening to Dumelo because it was solely enriched with emotions that are just touching. On that album alone, there's a track for you. There's a track for everyone. There's a track that will resonate with you on every level. And just to hear that, C Blak is pure talent. C Blak is no joke. I've been saying his words. C Blak is no joke. And we saw that. Comparing Homeboy and Dumelo, people will see, or we will see as listeners, a track and a remix of a track. For example, Steamel. The remix on this Steamel was like, when I heard it, I was like, dude, usually a remix doesn't hit that much. It takes time to brew in, it takes time. You would want a representation of the previous track or the original track for you to just have that. Okay, yeah, it's building in, it's slowly creeping in. They tried the remix, but it's not better than the original. But for me, the remix was just it made you forget where the original track even came from. And that's just him. To Naguranza, to everything, bruv. Everything about that album, everything about C Blak in terms of production is amazing. The evolution, the improvement within his sound is just so amazing. So I will rank it as number 2 for 2024. And a massive shout out to him. Because he keeps it in his elements. He keeps it in his elements, he keeps on pushing it in his own format, and he just does it best. Massive shout out to C Blak, you know. And then closing it off with our number 1 for the year of 2024. And I'm sure most people will agree with this. Number 1, Poizen. See, now with Poizen, there's a lot of aspects to be said about him and why I would rank him as number 1 for 2024 for us as our top 5. It's never easy riding the solo train, especially if you come from a successful duo and then you have to embark on a solo train alone. It's never easy. As producers, as musicians, I never see it as an easy thing for them to embark on, riding the solo train and being alone on your journey. But Poizen showed so much character and showed so much resilience on his journey that solidified his name on the year of 2024. First of all, dropped 3 quality projects, On the Carpet, Hear Me Out EP, and then the collaboration of between him and Earful Soul. And all those projects are filled with so much quality and solidifying his name. It was like an individual walking into the space of music, but not with the aspect of, hear my music, this is the first time I'm doing this, as a solo, and I want you guys to hear me out and see what you have, and see where you can build. But it was like, nah, you're gonna listen to my shit and you're gonna enjoy it. I'm not doing this for the sake of trying to win you over. I'm doing this for the sake of, I am the one who's gonna be ranked in your view. I am the one that you're gonna feel. And he did that. Produced 3 amazing albums, 3 amazing projects in the space of 2024, let alone in the space of 2023. In December, he released an album, but produced 3 amazing projects. Hear Me Out, filled with remixes that just solidified the aspect of remixing. Running Up the Hill was a major mark that just turned the aspect of collaborating house music and international pop on a higher level in a space of a year. Do you guys understand the aspect of in a space of a year producing such quality in terms of albums and having a collaborated album with another impactful soul within the house music, which is Ear for Soul? Because against all odds, just closed his year on a good basis. It just shut everything out because against all odds was just amazing and pure. It was house music groomed and solidified on its own. And I'll have to give a massive shout out to Poizen. Embarking on the solo journey from a jewel, it takes a lot to reach what you reached within the space of a year. For others, it takes 2 to 5 years at max, or 2 years to solidify it. And for us to understand that, okay, this individual is pushing on his own and he's actually good. But for Poison, he knocked on the door. He didn't even knock. He kicked the door and was like, hear me out. This is me. I'm Poison. And I'm here to make a stay. Being recognized as a baseline king is no joke within a space of a year. Dropping so much music that it is a critical part of a DJ set or a groovy set within clubs, festivals, when you're playing house music. And that's just massive shout out to Poison. Massive shout out to Man Poison. He outdid himself in the year of 2024. And he deserved every break and every flower and every good thing that came across to him because, wow, what he did in 2024 in the space of a year, traveling on the solo train, it's unimaginable. Quite honest, it's unimaginable, and it's scary at some point, but it's amazing to witness because not a lot of artists can go through the same journey that he went through, and he deserves his flowers because the year 2024 was Poison's year, without a doubt. We all know as Deep House hit, 2024 was Poison's year, and yeah, that will be our top five. Starting off with Leighton Moody, back to back with Cassiem Latief. First Thursday, groovy deep house set. Find it on Limca's channel. Second individual. Number 4, we got TimAdeep, the Loft set. Beautiful deep house set that I've witnessed and I've heard in the year of 2024. Going to number 3, Groovy Records. What they did, most of your guys' favorite producers came from favorite music within house music came from Groovy Records, and we have to applaud them. C Blak, rounding it off at number 2. He's a musician. He's spiritually given, gifted with the house spirits. And what's nice is it's his own music. No one can replicate what he does. Only him, and he improves on it. And I respect that. And then number 1, the one and only Poison, gave us a year that was toxic and poisonous, just like him, because it was a year of booms only. Riding and embarking on the solo journey in the space of the year, it's tough, but he did it. And it was amazing to witness. So, this has been Let's Go Deep podcast. It's about deep episodes, our top 5 for the year of 2024. I know it's dropping on 2025, but hey, we're busy and you saw. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoy more of our content, go indulge yourself in our reactions. Go check out Troxin episode. Stay tuned for more that's going to come in the year of 2024 from Let's Go Deep podcast. It's going to be a year of so much music, a year of so much reaction, breakdowns, podcasts, interviews, a lot of good stuff. And if you love the channel and you've made it this far, please hit the subscribe button. It helps us grow the channel and reach many sites, and if you like it, please give us a thumbs up, so we can push this thing even more. So it's your boy, the one and only, the deepest, and we're signing out here with a bang for 2025. More bangs to come. Oh, peace. I'm out.